All right. So, hi, camera. This is Megan.
Hi there.
Okay, Megan, how long have you been playing the guitar?
For 1 second.
So you're not a guitar player at this point. Okay, this is your first lesson, right?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So, let's talk about some of the things on a guitar, and we'll talk about like how to hold it and stuff like that. Okay, so first thing, I see you're sitting on the edge of your seat. We just talked about some of this stuff ahead of time, and I kind of wish we'd filmed it. So you're sitting on the edge of your seat, and we have something for her to rest her foot on. So this knee is elevated above this knee, and over here. Let's talk about some of the parts of the guitar here, Megan. So this right here, this part, you see this wood part right here? It's called the top, strangely enough. And these right here are called the sides. Okay? And this is the back. So the top, sides, and the back. Right?
Yeah.
Okay? And over here, we've got the nut. And down here, we've got the bridge and the saddle. These two parts together are the bridge and the saddle.
Kind of reminds me of a horse.
Yeah. And these are the bridge pins. And up here, this is the neck, and this is the head. So broadly, this down here is the body, this is the neck, and this is the head. So this is called the waist. So what you want to do is put the waist right here on your knee and rest it there. And that's your tipping point. Now this part of the waist is actually what your arm is going to come over. And what you don't want to do, you're going to have to learn to develop, how to hold. And this is a process. You're not going to be perfect. It's going to take some time, and so don't worry about all that. But just know this top kind of needs to vibrate in order for the guitar to sound right. So you don't want to damp it too much. Don't worry about the strap. You're holding it. Okay. All right. So other things. Generally speaking, you sort of want to keep your thumb here in the middle. Every once in a while, you'll see me cheat my thumb over, but that's usually because I'm cheating a note with my thumb. Most of the time, yeah, I know. Most of the time, you want to keep your thumb here in the middle, on the back, because that's how you're going to have the best advantage to access the strings the way that you want. Now, when you go to take these fingers here and fret notes on the neck, you actually want this part of your finger more or less to come down in a straight up and down fashion like that. And see this part of your hand right here? This part of your hand needs to more or less stay parallel to this part of the neck. So what you want to, when you do all your finger positions, that's designed to keep your hand nice and open, and it makes the strings ring freely. Now you'll see as we start to work on some chord shapes here that it's kind of tricky to get all the strings to ring right, and that's going to be the first thing we're going to work on, okay? So now if you'll notice, I've got some colored things going on here, right? The orange ones, notice how this one is way over here. It's not on a fret anywhere, it's just orange off the edge. That means that when you go to play the orange chord, and we'll talk about what that means later, it's a D chord. When you go to play it, you're going to let this string ring. Okay? And you're not going to fret anything. That's what this means down here. Okay? So these strings, though, you have to fret the notes in order to get the chord right. So what I want you to do is to take your pointer finger, this one, and I want you to fret this string right there on that fret. Okay? You got to press it down, okay? You're pressing it down. You're not plucking the string.
Oh, okay.
You're holding it down. Now I'll show you why we do this. Okay? So listen. That's one note, yeah? Now listen what happens when I look over here. Now watch. I will pluck the same string, but I'm going to press it down right there. Different note, right? So that's how we change the notes on a guitar, is by fretting the strings. So what I want you to do is fret that, We'll use a pick. We will use a pick.
Okay, okay.
So what I want you to do is take this hand and curl it, kind of like this.
Kind of like a fist, except.
Yeah, but looser. And then I want you to take our friend the pick here, and I want you to rest it like this,
Okay.
and then grab it like that. Okay, rest it like this, grab it like that. Okay, and you're gonna. Whoops. Okay, it's okay. They're not expensive. Okay, so grab it, pinch it down. Excellent. Okay, now you hold your grip by pinching this with your thumb. So what you're gonna do is pluck that string with a pick. Okay, go for it. Show me what you. Ooh, music. Okay, now I want you to take your pointer finger there on that one, and then I want you to take your ring or your middle finger here, and it goes here, and you have to bend your fingers into a pretzel. It's gonna be uncomfortable. Yeah.
It is quite uncomfortable.
Yeah. It'll take a while to get used to it, and your ring finger's gonna go there. Now what I want you to do. Yeah, it hurts a little, right? Yeah. Okay. So what you're gonna do is strum this. Ooh, that's the tricky one. It's this one right here. So can you get that one to sound clear? I'm going to get my hands out of the way, and I want you to try it.
It's like this.
Now this, actually, it's got to be behind. Yeah, perfect. Good, 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 good. Yeah, it needs to be behind the metal. Yep. Good. Now you want this string too, remember? Ah, yeah. Now all four of the try again. Great. That's good. That's actually very good. Okay. Now, that's a D chord. And we're going to, at first, we're going to do things by colors. And you're not going to necessarily even need to play the whole chord at first. What I'm going to try to get you guys to work on is learning how to do quick, easy little songs that we can do together. And you're going to find 2 notes at a time at first.
Is there a way to play Hot Cross Buns?
There is, but I want to work on chord theory a little bit, and then we'll work on some single note stuff, and that definitely is part of playing guitar. But it's also a chordal instrument, and so we'll talk about both. I honestly, Megan's my daughter, so I know her fairly well, and you're somewhat of a songwriter, and I think having some chordal theory under your fingers will be good for you. So I don't want to stick just with melody line stuff. I want to talk about some chordal theory. Okay, so now that's the D chord. Now, notice again, we've got, this one's going to be a little bit trickier.
I'm actually starting to get used to this.
That's great.
My fingers just right
That's good. It'll take some time for your fingers to really toughen up, but that's okay. You'll learn to love the process. I know I did. So once again, notice we have 2 that are open, and then we've got, sounds like dinner zone. We have 2 that are open, and then we've got a couple that are actually in finger positions that we'll need to handle, okay? So we're going to take our ring finger, and it's going to go up here. We're going to take our middle finger, and it's going to go there. And then notice this one has to ring open. Tricky. And this one's going to go right here. Okay? Oops. I messed it up for you. Got it? Now, this is where that hand position stuff comes into play. You need to get this around enough. Now sit up straight. You're hunching over a little bit. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I know. It's hard, isn't it? Okay.
Okay, my leg feels so much better.
Because it was digging in? Okay. Yeah, well, you'll get used to this stuff, okay? So here we go. We're going to go over here to this position, and that position. And I want you to try to get this. Now notice I don't have, this string has nothing blue on it, so you're not going to use the string at all. You're only going to use the other 5. Oh man, tricky.
My finger is muting it.
Okay, try it. Right now. Good. Now this one. Excellent. Okay. Good. Ooh boy. Yeah. Ooh boy. Yeah. All right, now. So honestly, Megan, for my money, those are the things that I would work on for my first week as a brand new guitar player. Is I would go, I'm gonna work on getting this orange chord so I can finger it really strong. And so I can get all 4 of those notes to sound good and clean so they don't go, you know what I mean? They sound nice and ringy. And so my fingers are toughened up a little bit. And then so I want you, that's what I will want you to work on for the next week. You got lines in your fingers? Yeah. Yeah. Look at my fingers. I got lines in my fingers too.
Well, that's a lot of lines.
Well, I'm a guitar player. This is what happens to us. Welcome.
EQB does sound a little weird altogether.
Okay. So that's what I'll want you to work on for the next week, is getting that D chord to sound really clean, the orange one, and the blue chord.
Oh wait, I just realized I could remember this a different way. Because E could be E, D,
E, A, D, G,
G,
B,
B.
E, G, B. Okay, so that's what I'll want you to work on, is getting the orange chord, the D one, and the blue chord, C chord. I want you to get those two to sound really clean and ringy. Is that something that you think you can work on? Okay, and then once you feel you've got those together, I want you to show me what you can do, okay?
Okay. I'm sorry, the face you're making looks so serious.
Well, that's the idea. I'm trying to get you to step up.
Well, I already technically am, see.
You are. Yeah. All right, thanks.